absolutely correct about the power of the purse being a critical component of this. But again, I reiterate, folks, and don't think we haven't thought this through 100,000 times, that you got to have the votes. We don't have the votes. We don't even have, we have some Democrats who aren't going to vote for it. They come from some tough states. We got people from Republican states who are Democrats. And if you want to say goodbye to them and goodbye to the majority, if they vote that way, they're gone. That's because the country's in there in some of those places, some of those places. Now, we can get, down the road, I think. But coming back to the purse issue, I think that you have to be very, very careful about where the particular, if you haven't done the diplomacy, and you don't have an arrangement for what happens, let's say that Democrats turn around and do that. Go back in history. Anybody here remember how many years America debated who lost China? And how long did we debate who lost Cuba? And what about the debate about Vietnam? Anybody wants to think that's over, talk to me. So I think you better be really thoughtful about what the next 30 years might be like about who lost Iraq and why. And if you have a whole bunch of generals and colonels and majors and sergeants in the field saying, why did they cut off my money? They put my troops at risk. 5 of our guys got killed today because we don't have the Humvee we thought we were going to have. We don't have the armor that we thought was coming next week. Whose war is it then? And whose chaos is it then? You better stop and think about those things, because that's part of what this long-term, you can't just sort of say, it's just not an easy road. You've got to do this. Iran is all over the place there. Thousands of agents run around those places. Iran is in Syria. Iran is in Lebanon. Iran is funding Hamas. Iran is funding Hezbollah. Hezbollah's in Syria. Syria, you get all these little linkages going on, folks. And there's a big struggle going on that's bigger than just Iraq. And you've got to be smart about how you try to put this together. Now, continuing what we're doing today in Iraq is not smart in terms of how you put that together. I get that. The president doesn't yet. And so we are going to keep banging away at this to try to get a change. We're winning more Republicans over. We're getting more people.